I'd like to tell you about an exciting new workshop that I'm offering called Shamans Breathwork. The term breathwork itself might conjure up different ideas as to what that exactly means. I mean, we all breathe. You don't have to think about that as long as you're alive. However, this particular kind of breathwork has a long-standing tradition that originated back in the early 60s with Sandra Ray and Leonard Orr's rebirthing process. And the idea would be through this kind of breathing cycle that you would experience some of the trauma and the pain of birth. It has gone on to develop into other kind of systems. I trained in one called Vivation, certified in that. And also one of the more prominent ones is the one developed by Stanislav Grof called holotropic breathwork. In this kind of breathwork, what it simply means is that you connect the inhale and the exhale. In other words, there's no pause, that you create a rhythmic cycle with your breathing. And doing so for a few minutes, you begin to move into an altered state. And in that altered state, all sorts of things can happen. Often you could say the inner healer comes forward so that some of the old injuries and traumas that you might have experienced in this lifetime, which everybody has some, will come to the surface to be healed and released. That compacted energy that is held in the body is released through this breathing process. And shamans breath work, the reason for that is that in my work as a shamanic healer and shamanic practitioner, certainly one of the main functions, or I should say one of the main skills, is to be able to enter into this altered state, sometimes called non-ordinary reality, and there you receive guidance. In the breath work itself, that's another aspect of it that often happens, is that people experience spiritual insights, revelations, spiritual healing. Any number of these kind of things can happen where you connect with God, Spirit in some way, and receive insights and revelations in that process. It's a very remarkable process, one that I encourage you to try. And you can look at my website, earthmagic.net, to find out where I'm currently offering this particular workshop, Shaman's Breathwork. And if you haven't tried it, please do try it. I think you're going to find it to be quite exhilarating, quite healing, and one remarkable experience after the other every time you do it. As I said, I was trained in something called Vivation, very similar process, and found it to be just fantastic. I worked with that for several years and then sort of dropped off of that and was introduced to holotropic breath work through a friend, or friends I should say, Karen and Louie, back east. And just went, okay, I remember what this is like from my earlier training. And after several years of not doing it, being reintroduced to it, to the holotropic breath work, it seeded my calling to do this shaman's breath work. It's quite special and a very powerful process. So I really encourage you to give it a try and come and join me for a workshop, an all-day workshop on shaman's breath work.